Okay, so chain marketing scheme is that when every time you buy something or do something, if it requires you to get one or more person enrolled to form a chain or to form a pyramid, that's called a pyramid or chain marketing scheme. In India, these are completely illegal because you have something called the Price Chits and Money Circulation Act of 1978, which says that any scheme that requires one or more person to be hired, then it is illegal, okay, because it's called a money circulation scheme. Now, you would turn around and say, but there are hundreds of them. Amway is global, Herbalife is global. So why is it that, now you know that the Amway chairman is sitting in jail for the last 2 months. But the point is that they are allowed to survive because Mera Bharat Mahan. Okay? Nothing that is illegal is necessarily caught when it ought to be caught. This itself was argued in court, and there is a court judgment which says that just because the authorities have not gone after something, because the person argued in court that, everybody is functioning, so why am I being called illegal? So the court ruled that you are illegal because essentially you're caught and someone has complained and there is a case. And just because the authorities have not gone after something that's patently illegal doesn't make an illegal act legal. Okay? So in spite of the court judgment, unfortunately, it applied only to that company, some Apple something, nothing to do with Steve Jobs, but this was a Kerala High Court judgment, which means everybody else merrily continues to function until the police in some state or the other decide to wake up and catch them. And the police in Hyderabad have been very active, which is why Amway was caught in Hyderabad. There's something called Japan Life that was caught in Hyderabad. And the minute somebody forms a chain, again, it's extremely easy because people start with friends, relatives, and since you're going to earn when they do something, everything is extra hyped up, and the amount of money raised is enormous. And I'm going to come up with numbers. Some of them have similar schemes. So you had the Sharda Chit Fund, where you would have read yesterday that they even questioned Aparna Sen. 23 people have committed suicide. The biggest names in West Bengal were involved, and this pretended to be a chit fund. All it did was target the poorest people and offer them significantly higher returns. It's so easy to lure people because we keep saying you have money in a bank deposit for a year, you get 9%, it doesn't beat inflation. And if somebody comes around and says, I'll give you 13%, 14%, 15%, you don't even have to say, I'll double your money, like some of these scams do. Many of the chain marketing scams, the binary ones, where you have to get only 2 people and left hand, they call it. The reason I'm spending so much of time on this is anytime you go to a cafe coffee day or a barista, in some corner there is somebody hyping up something called QNet. That's why QNet is big and red. It is the hottest thing happening now. There are people who are idiotic enough to leave jobs in Infosys, in Wipro, in AC Nielsen and fall for this because they show them dreams of high returns. Amway, we have had their global public affairs person sitting here in our office and confessing that you cannot possibly earn more than pocket money with Amway, no matter what the hype is. This is the company itself telling us. But every distributor in the meetings that they have, where they half hypnotize you, will do this group hypnosis to say that you will become a multimillionaire. And there are people who are leaving jobs, well-paid jobs in big companies, to go and chase this stupid dream. Look at the numbers. Okay, I keep saying there's no medicine for greed and gullibility. Pearls is something, Economic Times put this as a front page story. This company even went public. Herbalife is public abroad. Japan Life, 5,000 crores. This guy was connected to 2 prime ministers in India. QNet, again, huge connection with P. Chidambaram's wife was their legal advisor. Some company called Agri Gold, which I hadn't even heard of, which I got to know from the Andhra police, collected 3,000 crore. Okay, some of them fly below the radar. Speak Asia, we were the first to write about it. When we wrote and held seminars, people kept telling us that you're wrong, you're unnecessarily maligning them. 1,300 crores gone. Even today, people are posting articles saying, my money is gone, how do I get it? It's too late, buddy. EMU scam. Has anyone heard about the EMU scam? Do you know what an EMU is? Bird. So the story that they spread was that EMU meat is better than chicken, and that you can, it's a huge bird, so every bird is worth maybe, 20 chickens, and people were growing EMU farms, And they find that we discover now every newspaper in India has written a story on emu. Okay, just go and Google and you'll see this. When I say media also plays a role in the hype, this is what I mean. And it was supposed to be the latest. I think Economic Times, you'll find stories saying how all restaurants are coming up with new recipes with emu meat. And now we know that emu meat is not even edible. Okay, and people have actually grown this, bought those eggs, and this was a pyramid scam, that you get emu eggs and then you sort of farm them and they're going to keep multiplying and then you're going to be rich as hell. Okay, so it's been closed down. There's some goat farming thing that's closed down by SEBI. Luckily, a lot of these are now under SEBI regulation as, collective investment schemes. But SEBI gets into the picture once they've collected 100 crore. And 100 crore, believe me, is a lot of money, okay? I mean, when I'm giving you these kind of numbers, you'll think 100 crores is small. But if it's your money, it's usually in lakhs or in tens of thousands. And you don't want to lose that either.